welcome to Geeky Girls Knit. It is Wednesday, February the 20th, 2013, and this is episode 26.
It's on your computer.
I know, I was trying to remember without looking, but then I didn't know if I was right. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Dash, a bit weird.
And we're a bit excited today. Aren't you excited?
Yes.
You're not showing it.
I am quietly excited.
Because we have big news at the end of the podcast.
I'm not usually quietly excited.
So stay tuned because it's big. Right?
Yes. My hair looks black. It's not black. It's just wet.
Yes. It's big.
My hair?
No, the news. Okay, well, let's get started so that we can get to the end so we can share the news with you. And now it's time for what's on our needles. So I have done absolutely zero on the junction shawl because of a new project that I'm going to show you in just a couple minutes. But the junction shawl for my mother-in-law has gotten set aside because I have something else I need to get done quickly. I did make a little bit of progress on my currently unnamed baby blanket design that still doesn't have a name.
That's redundant.
What's redundant?
You said my currently unnamed baby blanket design that doesn't have a name.
Yes. Still.
It's redundant.
Okay. So I only got 3 squares done on it because, like I said, there's a new project. So these top 3 squares are the new ones. So now I'm up to 15 squares total. Oops, go this way. This is lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of leftover yarn. If you want to know them all, go to my project page. And this is on US 5's 3.75 millimeters. My other project is a pair of socks. This is Laura Linneman's Socks on a Plane design, except for I'm doing it 2 at a time. Let's see. So it just has this cable all the way up it. And it mirrors it on the other sock. So I am right now at the point where I'm about to turn the heel. And this is Barocco Comfort sock yarn in the Beach House colorway. And I'm doing these on US 1.5, which is 2.5 millimeters. And they're for a friend of mine.
And mine.
Yes, a friend of yours as well. But I'm not going to say who because I think she might watch sometimes. But I'm also trying to get these finished before next Thursday, the 28th, to enter them in a knit-along as well. So not only are they due in March, but I want to try to finish them before the end of February, so that's why everything else has gotten kind of set aside. That's everything that's on my needles. What's on your needles?
I'm casting on a scarf.
What kind of scarf?
A Sherlock scarf.
So
that she says I'm designing, but it's just stockinette.
Hey, write up the pattern. People will download it. So she's made one of these before.
I'm trying to make a swatch. Okay. Now, you can keep talking. I'm just going to look at this.
So she's made one of these before for herself, but it was too wide.
And it choked me every time I tried to put it on.
So she's making another one, and this one is actually a gift. And
for a person whose birthday was Monday. You know who you are if you watch, which I don't think you do.
So, belated birthday. But she's trying to figure out how wide to make it because she will felt it afterwards.
This looks about good.
Because this is, it's hard to tell the color. This is Cascade 220 in the midnight blue colorway.
This actually looks kind of good.
And it's, right now she's doing it on US 7's 4.5 millimeters. So, while she counts, we'll stop for a second and we'll be right back.
Now we are going to talk about our finished projects, and I actually finished a project. It's a preemie hat.
That shows the color's good.
Yes.
That's SMC Bravo rainbow color in the circus colorway, and there went the hat on the floor.
Ta-da! I'm amazing!
You did that on US 2.5, which is 3.0 millimeters. And it's the top-down preemie hat pattern that I designed.
She designed it. Go use it, people.
It's free.
Free! The only difference is that you do it top down.
Yep. So you start with a
Emily Auger cast
yeah,
on.
Emily Auger.
Auger?
Emily
Auger.
Auger cast on.
And then you do the increases, then you knit down to the right length, and then you do you do 4 rows of ribbing.
Mhm.
And then you bind off and sew in the ends.
Yep. So cute little preemie hat. We'll donate it to local NICU. Oh yeah, our color kind of went crazy.
Ta-da!
And I have no finished projects.
You can cherish the look of surprise on my face.
I should have the socks done for next week, though. I'm working on a couple of big projects with the shawl and the blanket. So, but hopefully the socks will be done for next week.
I was quoting Moriarty.
Oh. Quote away.
No, I did the quote.
Oh, I missed it.
You can cherish the look of surprise on my face.
All right, on to the next segment. It's time for my favorite part of our show, Yummies. Although today this is not my favorite part of the show. Our big announcement at the end is my favorite part. So this is my second favorite part of the show right now. So Yummies is when we share about like what's going on in our lives, or new things we've gotten, or things that make us happy, and things that are just yummy. So, you want to start? Damaris, there's a crack in your laptop.
Ta-da. Oh, it's a decal. It's a decal for my computer. It's the crack in time and space.
It's from Etsy. The shop seller is Decal Owl. OWL.
Here's the one I got last week. 221B.
Yes. We'll link the shops in the show notes.
Did I turn my computer off?
I think so.
Whoops.
No, maybe not. Maybe the screen just didn't come on.
Well, it did come on.
There it goes.
It turned off.
So, those are your yummies?
Yes. Don't you like how I flipped it up dramatically? Like, ta-da!
Do you want to talk about both of our yummies and then I'll talk about mine?
Oh yeah, we watched more Disney movies.
We're kind of addicted to Disney movies right now.
And now I think that there are some Disney movies that might not be in our queue.
Like?
Hunchback.
That's on the way to us right now.
Oh, Mulan.
It's in there.
Oh. That's all I can think of right now.
And Ichabod and Mr. Toad's on its way to us too.
Ooh. I remember that one, I think. That's the one that has Sleepy Hollow, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I remember that. Sleepy Hollow didn't scare me, which is odd, because it involves a headless man riding on a horse.
So we're we're rewatching all these from Netflix. We still have one more to stream.
Yeah, you watched Bambi.
Yes, we did.
And
it made me cry.
And
again.
And the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
I love Pooh Bear.
She does.
My favorite ever, Winnie the Pooh. Okay, I have a couple of things that came in the mail this week. The first thing is these stitch markers that are on my socks.
They're spoons.
They're spoons. Oops, I think it's backwards.
Oh my god.
It's hard to see.
It's cloudy outside.
It's got a little purple bead on it. Let's see. That one might be easier to see. Oops. There you go. So, I actually won these in a giveaway from the Smiling Turtle. I love her tagline, get fun stuff without shelling out a lot. The reason spoons are significant for me is because of something called the spoon theory, which is a way to explain to people how chronic illness affects you. I'll put a link to the spoon theory in the show notes, so if you want to read it, you can. So I have a spoon necklace as well that I wear, so I thought it was really cool to get some spoon stitch markers. So thank you very much, Alexis. I really love them. The other thing I got in the mail,
Oh my gosh.
is a big package of stuff. So I did a swap with, it was hosted by Yarn Miracle on her blog, and she called it the Sweet Nothing Swap, and it was for Valentine's Day. And it was supposed to just be, I think it was a $10-ish limit, and you were supposed to do like knitting notions and Valentine's stuff and things like that. And so who I got gifts from, her username on Rav is Nan Joe. Her name is Nancy. I love this card she sent. It's all glitter. And it's like frameable. I love it. It says it's handmade by Victoria Elizabeth.
That's interesting.
That's really cool. I really like the card. And then I got so many cool things that are so much fun. I got this pen. It's one of those multicolor pens. It's pink with white bows. And I got some, is that leopard or zebra?
That's zebra.
I got pink and white washi tape in a zebra print.
What's washi tape?
It's for crafting.
Why is it called washi tape?
I have no idea why it's called washi tape.
Is it W-H-S?
W-A-S-H-I.
Okay.
I got
Maybe it's another language.
Maybe. I don't know. I got a box of Russell Stover chocolates, which I have not eaten. I have been waiting and saving to show y'all so that before I ate them, and so now I could eat them. I have been wanting to try something by Lolo Bar, and I got this little tin of enriched moisturizing balm in the Sweet Plumera. And it smells so good. Yummy. I got a container of chibi needles.
It's chibi.
Why?
I think it's chibi.
Oh. Well, however you say it, I like them, and I've been wanting to try them, so I'm so excited. And I'm like, no, you can't have them.
I don't want them.
So don't steal them from me.
I don't want them.
And then the final thing I got was this adorable tin. It's actually pink. Keep Calm and Craft On. And, this is Nancy's website, toysaregoodfood.com. And she sent me this adorable little knitted heart, and it's stuffed, and then 4 little, I think these are knitted flowers. These would be so cute on little bobby pins for my hair. And stitch markers. So I have a pink heart and a yarn ball with needles, and this one says made with love. It's a heart. It's hard to read that one. And a measuring tape, and then a bunch of these little bitty heart-shaped paper clips. I got pink ones and white ones and red ones, and it's awesome. So thank you so much, Nancy. And thank you to Emily of Yarn Miracle for hosting this swap. I love all my stuff. It's so wonderful. So that's our yummies this week. Till we get to the end of the show. Because our big announcement really is yummy! I think she's trying to roll her eyes at me. No. I'm just very excited. And I watched a really funny video right before we started recording, and I'm not going to say what it is, but it's made me like, because it was so funny, and I was like laughing, and
It was utterly ridiculous.
but it was still funny. So, that's our yummies for this.
Now we're going to talk about what books we're reading and what TV we're watching.
What you reading?
Okay, I'm about to start reading The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes as soon as I finish the last paragraph in my book report.
And so this is the next in the series. This is a short story collection. Yes?
Yes.
And I'm reading it with her. I haven't started it yet because I'm reading something else. So.
And I have to finish it by the end of February.
Better hurry. I'm reading a book that I downloaded from the Kindle Lending Library. It's by Gary Lindbergh, and it's called The Shekinah Legacy. It's a Charlotte Ansari thriller. Here's the cover. And it kind of reminds me of like Dan Brown's writings. It's about a big mystery or secret that's been held for years, many thousands of years, and they're searching for the answer, and it's got religious artifacts and things like that. So it's been pretty good though, and it's really long, so it's like taken me longer than normal to read, because normally I read really quick, and so I read before I go to sleep at night. So this has taken me a few nights, so I think I'll finish it tonight though. But it's been pretty good. I've enjoyed it. So check it out. All right, so next we're jumping into TV, but we're making a change to this segment. It's become really overwhelming to us to do full recaps of all the shows that we watch, and we don't even talk about all the shows we watch. There's other shows that we watch that we don't even talk about on the podcast. Yeah, we watch a lot of TV. That's just us. But it's becoming overwhelming. We just can't keep up with it, especially with what's coming up for us, which we'll tell in the announcement in a little bit. But so what we've decided to do is instead just to kind of touch on the high points, low points, what caught our eye, things like that.
These needles are persnickety.
I'm sorry. So that is what we are going to start doing with our television segment. So we're going to start with Arrow. It was episode, I'm bringing my laptop over here so that I can quit looking that way. This was Arrow episode 1.14, The Odyssey. I really liked that Felicity is helping Oliver and Diggle now after she kind of rescued Oliver from being shot by his mother.
Well, there's something you don't hear every day.
He was dressed as Green Arrow, so she didn't know it was him. Okay, I was totally confused about the part where Diggle was shocking Oliver's heart back into rhythm, because I have never seen anyone put the pads on the abdomen. He put one pad on the chest and one on the abdomen. I worked in a hospital for 2 years. I never saw that happen.
Trust her.
It was always on the chest. So that really threw me, and I'm like, what the heck is this? Is this something new in medicine that I've missed since I've been gone from the hospital?
Maybe he thought he put it on there. Like, the actor maybe thought he put it on other guy's chest, but he didn't.
Well, and, you know, he had to put those sticky pads on first before he put the paddles, and he put a sticky pad up here and a sticky pad on his abdomen. If anybody knows, did I miss something in medicine that's happened? Heartbreaking when they were doing the flashback to the island and Oliver was calling Laurel and the other guy disconnected it before he could talk to her. Oh, that broke my heart. We finally found out why Yao Fei is kind of doing what he's doing on the island, because they have his daughter captive. And the other thing that caught my eye was that the tattoo on Oliver's back is the same one that is on Yao Fei's daughter's back. So I'm interested to see what that means. So next episode is actually on tonight, episode 1.15, Dodger. Next up, Person of Interest, episode 2.15, booked solid. I was so glad to see Zoe back in the episodes. She guests a few times. She's guested quite a few times, and I like her character a lot, so I love that she was back. Also back were the Pennsylvania 2 guy and Hirsch, which are the bad guys, and they almost caught John. And John was able to get away because he hurt Hirsch.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he is awesome. But he hurt Hirsch, and Hirsch had to get immediate medical attention or he would die. So John was able to get away again. I'm wondering what the heck is going on with Cal, which is the police officer that Carter was dating, because she did not move forward in going with the FBI, working with the FBI, because of something that Cal's doing that the FBI told her, you need to be careful who you associate with, and they rescinded the offer. And then Root is back as well. She is Pennsylvania 2's assistant, so I'm interested to see where they're going to go with that. Next episode is on tomorrow night, episode 2.16, Relevance. Alright, then we have Elementary, episode 1.16, Details.
Flies into the sun and...
Oh my gosh. Oh, tears. Okay, so first I want to talk about the basketball. Ah!
It's alright.
I hope you're not seasick, because she just made the camera go crazy. So it made me laugh hysterically, Sherlock throwing the basketball like granny style and then threw it over his head trying to make the bet with the guy. And then, okay, so the part that made us be like, oh my gosh, that Sherlock finally confronted Joan and said that he knew that his father's not paying her anymore. And I was right about that, see, because I questioned that last week. I was like, I bet that his father told him. But he offers her a position as his companion to assist him and learn from him, and he'll pay her what she was making from his father or more, possibly, and she can live with him or get her own place. And he calls her partner and says, I am better with you, Watson.
Can I ship it? Can I ship it? Yes!
Oh! And then at the end, she accepted the position with him, and then she threw a basketball in his face and said, could have been a knife. Which was kind of a running thing, the whole thing. He kept throwing things at her or startling her or whatever, trying to warn her that it could be
a knife.
A knife, or somebody could be after her or whatever. He was trying to train her, and so at the end, though, she got him by throwing it in his face. So that was funny. So next episode is on tomorrow night, episode 1.17, Possibility 2. TWO. Alright, we started watching a new show.
We are nutso.
We are nutso. But we have some stuff that's about to go off the air. So, 0 Hour is a brand new show on ABC. And actually, I found out about this show from Knittin' Mom, who is a member of our group, Amy. Amy and I have been friends for a long, long time. Years, before Damaris was even born. And she told me she was thinking about watching it when it started mid-season. So I was like, hey, let's do it. So, episode 1.1, Strike. It's got Anthony Edwards in it from ER, Dr. Mark Green. And I'm just like, I don't know if I can see him doing any other part than Mark Green, because I was a big ER fan. But I'm trying to get past that and everything. They covered so much ground in that first episode that it really confused me. This is a show, it's a conspiracy theory, skeptic storyline. They're trying to find, it reminds me kind of the book I'm reading. They're trying to find these clocks, and there's hidden religious secrets and artifacts and everything.
And new apostles,
all these things. It was really hard to keep up with in the first episode. We watched it a second time, and that helped a little bit, but I'm really hoping that they will pace it better in this next episode, which is on tomorrow, episode 1.2, Face. So,
I only watched it once and was able to keep up because I watch Moffat.
It was just throwing my mind.
I watch things that Moffat's written, and he's just like...
Alright, Merlin?
Oh. It was an interesting episode.
You didn't even say what episode it was.
Oh. It was 5.7, A Lesson in Vengeance. And it was an interesting episode. It was not the best. It was okay.
I find it was really interesting to finally figure out that Merlin knows about Gwen and Morgana, and Gwen knows that Merlin knows about her and Morgana. And the running theme of, just this once, Merlin, you might be right, that Arthur kept saying throughout the whole episode.
No, it's not running thing throughout the whole episode. It's running thing throughout the whole series.
Just this once, you might be right, Merlin.
Just this once.
Just this once. And he was right more than once in the episode. So that kind of cracked me up.
He's always right.
Yes, he is. Next episode?
5.8, The Hollow Queen. I hope they get past this thing, because I'm not really liking it.
Of Gwen being bad?
Yes, I'm not really liking it.
Yeah. So that's on Friday night. So, next up, Once Upon a Time, episode 2.14, Manhattan. So, we talked about a little bit in the episode last week that I was wondering who Gold's son was going to be, and because in the preview, Emma recognized him. So I was thinking it might have been Pinocchio.
Pinocchio?
Yeah.
Who was Pinocchio? August?
Yes. But it turns out that it was Neil, which is Henry's father. So that makes Henry Gold's grandson. The seer child with the stitched up face and the eyeballs in her hands creeped me out. I was like, okay, can we get through this? I am done with this episode. I'm dying to know who her, that's what it says on the cell phone for the contact, is that Mendel, the accident guy, is talking to and emailing. He saw more magic. And it just completely blew my mind that Gold thought that if he made Neil 14 again, that everything would be okay. No. But I still can't believe that Henry is Gold's grandson. And it really threw Emma, too. Next episode is not on this week. It's not on till March the 3rd. It'll be episode 2.15, The Queen is Dead.
Which queen? There are multiple queens.
I guess we'll have to see. Next up is Bunheads, episode 1.17, It's Not a Mint. I just now got the meaning of that.
What? Oh!
Okay. Truly was way over the top as Talia's maid of honor, but I really loved the Army Cot maid of honor dress, muslin mock-up dress. That was really funny. She cut up an Army Cot to do a muslin of the maid of honor dress. Boo's mom and dad reacting to the possible burglar in Sasha's apartment and then the spider. I was like rolling in the floor laughing. That was hysterical. Bash, who is played by Kirk from Gilmore Girls, was like Kirk in Gilmore Girls in disguise.
Sean Gunn.
That's his name.
Is Kirk in disguise.
He was so funny. He cracked me up. I hated the whole Tommy Lee Jones storyline. I could have done without all of that.
But it was funny.
It was not funny. I didn't like it at all. The dance with the lights rocked.
I asked her if that was supposed to be a pun. She said no.
No.
She didn't get it at first.
I didn't get it. But they were wearing
coal is a type of rock.
They were wearing coal miners' hats with the lights. I really loved Cosette's fingerless gloves. They were pretty. Hopefully I can find a pattern for them because I really liked them. And next week's episode 1.18, is called Next, and it's the season finale. So, season finale next week. Continuum, episode 1.6, Time's Up. I had a sneaking suspicion that Alec's brother was going to be involved in the whole riot, liberate thing, and he is. Kellogg stole the piece of the time travel ball thing from Kira's room. And it was really interesting to see how Liberate, with the tactics they used to try to get people at large on their side. I expected that there would be a whole lot more violence, but even blowing up the executive that they kidnapped, but they didn't. It was confetti and a bang sign.
Confetti! It's a parade!
It wasn't a parade. It was a kidnapping. So it's continuing to be an interesting show. It's just really hard to talk about because there's so many dynamics to it. Next episode is next Monday, episode 1.7, The Politics of Time. And last show, NCIS, episode 10.15, Hereafter. And this really focused on Vance, Director Vance, for most of the episode. So there was a lot of heartbreaking as he remembered the dinner with his wife and Ziva's father, because that's when she died. And it was really touching to see Tony playing with Vance's kids and their laughter after such a difficult time. And then Ziva apologizing to Vance, saying it was her fault because if her father hadn't been there for dinner, his wife wouldn't have died. And then Vance was all very, it's okay, Ziva, it's not your fault. That was really sweet. And then it was really touching to watch Gibbs and Vance talk in Gibbs' basement about their fear that their wives developed with the line of work that they're in. So, it was a real touching episode. Next episode is next Tuesday, episode 10.16, Detour. And I can't remember is it been in this last week or was it in the last 2 weeks that we found out that NCIS is being picked up for season 11.
I don't know. I didn't know that.
I'm excited. Yeah, it's been picked up for season 11. So, more NCIS next year.
Wow.
And that's what we're reading and watching. It's...
You say something.
I was supposed to intro this thing, and then Damaris, thought, I don't know. It's trivia time. Trivia! Oh, okay. So do you want to say the question from last week?
Okay. Question from last week was, Joss Whedon's production company is called Mutant Enemy. Who provides the voice of their mascot, which is called the Mutant Enemy? That says Grr, Arg.
Who is it?
Joss Whedon.
Yes.
Oh, you've been listening to Joss Whedon, every single thing of Joss Whedon you watch. Oh.
So we had 4 people get it right. Enid, A1 Dolan, Angie Ship. Wait. Ange. Oh, Ange's hip. That's what it is. I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
What?
That's what it is. Angeiship. Ange's hip. Not Angie Ship. I'm so sorry. Okay, and 4 peanuts. They all got it right. So, here is this week's question. Can you tell we are ready to tell you our good news? Right after this. This week's question, in the 8 weeks, 8 questions, 1 winner contest, which I think ends next week. I think this is the last question. I think. I'll have to look. This week's question. In the Doctor Who Series 5 episode, The Beast Below,
which is seriously underrated.
Scotland refused to do something.
In the future.
What did they refuse to do?
Tell us.
In the Doctor Who Series 5 episode, The Beast Below, Scotland refused to do something. What did they refuse to do? If you know the answer, email it to us or send me a message on Ravelry, and we will get you entered into the drawing for the giveaway. We have a lot of entries so far, somewhere in the 60s, which is really awesome. So I think the drawing is next week, but I'll look and make sure. So if you know the answer, send us a message. And now, the moment you have all been waiting for. So, we're going to insert a video clip here, which is actually how we broke the news to kind of our... Everyone at large. Well, I mean...
our everyone.
Our families already knew and everything. We didn't, just, send them this video and be like, hey! But, so, we're going to stop here. We'll insert the video clip, and then we'll be right back.
Hello everyone, I'm Russell.
Damaris.
And Cece.
And we have something we'd like to share with you all.
We have an announcement to make.
An announcement?
An announcement, and we want you all to be the first to know.
But they're not the first to know.
Oh. Okay, how about we want you all to know?
We don't know whether the best things happen while you're dancing or if they just happen in Scotland.
Scotland?
Scotland.
Scotland. Yes. We are moving to Scotland. Russ has been accepted into a PhD program in theology in Scotland. We're working out all the details, but current plans are to move sometime in August. We just wanted you all to know. Bye.
Am I going to need a kilt?
Scotland! You sound like a dying whale.
That's what I said. I'm going to do my dying whale noise.
So, we're moving to Scotland.
Yeah.
We're a little bit excited.
Yeah.
Just a little.
I'm hoping to start doing a vlog about, well, going to Scotland, what we're doing. Like, oh, we need to do a garage sale. Oh, garage sales aren't fun. Oh, look at this thing I found while going through old boxes. That sort of thing.
This is why a lot of not as much knitting progress has been occurring, because we are actually selling almost everything we own because we will be in Scotland for a while. So we've been sorting through boxes and such, and we're doing a garage sale in a couple weeks to sell quite a bit of our stuff, and then we'll do another small one right before we leave. But we are very excited. We've already started making some contacts on Ravelry of people in Scotland and England, and hoping...
Because they're not that far apart.
No,
I mean, London is only 5 hours away from whichever place we'll be. I could go to Comic-Con. If I had money. I could go to Comic-Con. That's just what's making me really happy. I could go to Comic-Con in 5 hours.
And we will see Sherlock and Doctor Who and everything when they air.
Yeah.
And fun things like that. So we are super excited about our news.
If you're from Scotland and you have a Tumblr, you can follow me on Tumblr.
Oh, yeah.
We'll put a link in my show notes. Please, I only have 2 followers. That's it.
So,
Please.
we're so excited. No more dying whales.
But I am a dying whale.
So. I just keep saying so.
So.
It has been so hard to keep this news quiet because it's been a possibility for a while, and so we had to wait, though, till we had official news. So, that's our big news. That's our big announcement. I'm so excited. Okay, so what else? We wanted to say a thank you to Kelly from the Charming Loki podcast. Loki.
Is it Loki or Loki? Because Loki is the Norse god of mischief.
No.
But Loki, I don't know what a Loki is.
No, it's a lake. Loki. Oh. Loki. The Charming Loki. I think I'm saying that right.
Like the Loch Ness Monster?
She lives in Scotland. Anyway, she mentioned us on her podcast this week, so thank you so much, Kelly. It was her. I love her accent. It's so wonderful. And then I've started listening to another podcast, Student Knits. Her name's Claire. She's outside of London. I just love all their accents. It's so awesome. And I found another one that's out of somewhere, I think in London, that is on my next list to watch. So it's been fun. That's a wrap for our show. For today, this has been episode 26 of Geeky Girls Knit. You can find us online at geekygirlsknit.blogspot.com, and there's links there to everywhere you can find us online. Twitter, Facebook, Ravelry, our Ravelry group, Blip, YouTube, iTunes, and I'm now on Plurk. I'm still trying to figure it all out, but if you are on Plurk, you can friend me there, Geeky Girls Knit. And that's also where our show notes are, is on our website, geekygirlsknit.blogspot.com. And that's it for this week, I think. Thanks for watching. We never even said thank you to people at the beginning, because we were just so excited.
Thank you, people at the beginning.
That's not what I meant.
Oh.
We say welcome back to our returning viewers and a big hello to new viewers who are giving us a chance. We are glad to have you. We're not usually quite this hyper, although we do tend to be a little hyper. People give us chocolate, and it makes us crazy.
I have chocolate over there.
And I'm about to eat my chocolate from Nancy. And so, we'll say goodbye. Happy knitting. Have a wonderful week. And we'll talk to you next week. Peace.
Bye.
Scotland!
Mama.